Schools in Niger will start the academic year almost a month late due to heavy rains and flooding. That's according to the military government. Many classrooms are damaged or are occupied with displaced people. Well, torrential rains since last July have caused havoc across Niger, and earlier this month the Interior Minister said that almost 300 people had drowned or died when buildings had been brought down. Rescue operations are underway in northern Italy after flooding forced roughly 1,000 people to evacuate from the Emilia-Romagna region of the country. It follows torrential rains in Central Europe that claim the lives of at least 24 people. The EU has pledged billions of euros in aid for Poland, Austria, the Czech Republic and Slovakia after the area suffered enormous damage from the flooding.
Hello. You know what? The weather was varied across the UK today. Some of us had sunshine, 25 degrees at Kew Gardens, but other parts of the UK in the south had storms, really nasty ones. Hello. Well, Friday brought some storms to southern parts of the UK, even a report of a damaging tornado. But at the same time, some parts of the country were also quite sunny and warm. In Kew Gardens, the temperatures reached 25 Celsius.
Simon, this is what's been happening this morning in some real contrast to what's up here. It's quite mild this morning.
Absolutely, yeah, it is a mild start really wherever you are, but yeah, it's the storms this morning and the storms yesterday. Really intense downpours. There was a tornado reported in Aldershot as well, and if you get caught in those showers yesterday, you certainly knew about it. There's about 8,000 lightning strikes in the last 24 hours. Yes, but good morning. You may have been woken up early this morning in central southern England because we have had these storms moving their way through, and it's going to be another pretty active day today.
It's been stormy in quite a few places in the UK.
It has. Well, it's many across the south. We saw some storms moving in through the night, and it just... After yesterday's very stormy weather, intense downpours, a reported tornado in Aldershot. And if you got caught in those storms yesterday, you certainly knew about it because there was really intense rainfall and flash flooding. And we could see very similar conditions today, actually. But as I said, yes, we have been woken early across some parts of southern England this morning with these thunderstorms that have moved their way in. Jake there, captured that lightning strike early on this morning.
We could hear the sirens.
The klaxon.
The klaxons, yeah.
Yeah, they go off. So the rules are in golf, obviously, because you're waving metal sticks.
Yeah, you don't want to be around there. Exactly.
If there is lightning,
Perfect
thunder,
lightning conductors,
then
yeah.
any warning, they have these special things, Simon, don't they? You know those weather maps where you can see, you'll know this.
The radar,
you can see
yeah.
What's it called?
A radar.
OK, but really specific. Okay. Really specific, so they can see if lightning's coming their way, and then they put the klaxon out, and everyone has to. You can either leave your clubs on the course and come back in, or you have to stop playing.
Yeah. Well, you literally drop your clubs, do you?
Well, you put them back, and then you go back to the clubhouse, or you step aside away from a tree, and you wait for the thunder to go until you're told you can go back out.
Oh.
So
It's happened to me once on a golf course. Had the thunderstorm.
Many times.
Yeah, not great to be sticking a golf club in the air. Yeah, good morning. There are some thunderstorms in the forecast today. We've already had some this morning, but not everywhere. So I want to show you a calmer start to the morning here in Norfolk. A lovely sunrise captured by our weather watcher here.
Tornadoes swept through parts of Aldershot in Hampshire yesterday afternoon, causing damage to properties and trees.
So it's one of these door cam images here. Pretty wild for a moment, isn't it? Roof tiles ripped from buildings, doorbell footage showing debris flying around gardens. Thunder and lightning seen across much of the region. Simon, are you watching those images with us?
Yeah.
It was pretty intense for a moment, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. I mean, the conditions were just primed, really, yesterday for possibly some tornadoes, and the Tornado and Storm Research Organisation confirmed that was a tornado because they looked at the damage. That's how you kind of confirm if one's happened, because you look to see what's occurred, and then from that damage you can assess that it was a tornado, yeah.
Thankfully, we can say no one was injured.
Absolutely, yeah. And the atmosphere is primed again today, potentially for some tornadoes. So I'll keep you up to date with that one. But let's look back at yesterday, because it was a very active day. This is the last 24 hours. Storms ripped through southern areas of England. We had around about 8,000 lightning strikes through yesterday afternoon. And then this morning, we've had this little storm cell moving its way north and westward. So some of you had a bit of a rude awakening early on with those thunderstorms spreading north and westward. They are now just currently in the West Country around the Bristol area at the moment. But it's not stormy everywhere. We've got some quite quiet conditions here in Somerset this morning. Misty and murky for some of us, particularly actually through today across eastern Scotland and the north-east of England.
That looks quite nice.
Yes, this is the Western Isles of Scotland this morning. It's been a lovely start to the day across northern and western parts of the UK. Good morning. But further south, we've had some heavy and thundery showers already moving their way in. Just like yesterday, we'll see further showers through today.
Ukraine has been ramping up these kinds of attacks, and there's been a big focus here on building up domestic drone production.
Afternoon. We've had some rather hefty showers around in the south already today, and more to come. But again, tomorrow that should clear back to the coast.
Good evening. It seems that autumn is finally catching up with us. Our weather turning more unsettled as we head towards the end of the weekend. For tonight, the Met Office has a yellow weather warning in place for thunderstorms. That expires at midnight, but then this one goes in from midnight through to midnight tomorrow for heavy rain.
Hello, we've seen some very lively thunderstorms indeed over recent hours, particularly focused across parts of the Midlands. Reports from one of our weather watchers from what looks to be marble-sized hail from some of these storms.
Hello, some warm sunshine around again today as temperatures reached into the low 20s.
Hello again. So there's been a real contrast in conditions out there today. Sunny spells for some, heavy thundery downpours for others.